So let's officially start. Let's officially start. So I'll start off by introducing myself, and we do have a live audience here, so thank you for coming. Thank you. Yeah, you can hear the applause. And we also see you at home. So my name is Max Ramirez. I will be monitoring the live chat room for your questions. We do want to make this interactive. Today's webinar, as you know, is entitled The Future of Metaverse and Tech Jobs. So this is brought to you by an amazing organization called Mission Impact. What do they do? In one simple sentence, they're closing the skills gap in this changing world of technology. And my little spin to that is I'm excited that you're here to learn, to get involved, regardless of your passion, whether it's art and project management or human resources, business development, there is room for you here. Thank you for coming, Doctor, here within the space of Metaverse. So our guest speakers today are, and you'll meet them. Oh, here she is, Janna. And how do I properly pronounce her last name, Janna?
Salokangas.
All right.
But so, Salokangas is something, it's fine.
Salokangas.
Salokangas.
Salokangas. All right. And where did that last name come from?
It comes from Finland. So hello from Finland. I flew in from Helsinki a month ago to Miami and super excited about Miami and the opportunities here. So thank you for having us.
No, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And come closer to the camera. Yeah. This is the other co-founder of Mission Impact, Tarja Stephens. And where are you from originally? I heard Finland.
Same thing. Name comes from Finland. However, I've been here in Miami area, South Florida, over 2 decades. Okay. So very excited to be here and seeing the incredible growth for the Miami tech scene.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share the screen, and what they say, let's get this party started. So ladies, take it away.
Thank you.
I'll be monitoring the chat room for live questions.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, really, Miami-Dade College, for having us here today. We're super excited to have this workshop because there are incredible opportunities out there when it comes to future careers and job opportunities and the emerging job opportunities that will arise with Metaverse, Web3, and the emerging technologies that we will dig into today. So thank you for having us and super excited to be here. We had a little introductions already, so great to be here. My name is Janna Salokangas. This is my wonderful co-founder, Tarja, from MIA, Mission Impact Academy. And then we have 2 fantastic guest speakers today, Tanji and Anna. And at this stage, we would love Tanji and Anna to do a little introduction, and you will hear more from these wonderful ladies later. Tanji, hi, are you there? Hello, I think you're muted.
There we go. There we go. I was muted. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Tangi Frederick, and I look forward to speaking to you guys a little later. I am the president of Regal Unicorn Academy and Creative Devs, and also the co-president of a wonderful organization, VRARA. So I'm the co-president of the South Florida chapter. And I know Anna is having a little difficulty coming on. She needs the link sent again. So as soon as you guys continue, I will send her the link. Thank you.
Wonderful. So we will hear from Anna later, and Anna can introduce herself at the same time when when she starts her part of the presentation. So this workshop is brought to you by MIA, Mission Impact Academy, which we are co-founders of, and Mission Impact Academy is a global education academy that we educate women in emerging technologies, but moreover, as was said before, so we are closing the skills gap in emerging technologies and advancing women's career opportunities in emerging tech. So creating new job opportunities and advancing women's careers in this new market and ecosystem. And we're super excited to have VRAR here today with us as well. Tanji, maybe you could do a little introduction about VRAR South Florida and the incredible work and impact you do locally here as well. Just to set the stage.
Definitely, definitely. So VRARA is an association that is an international association from individuals from around the world who are looking to bring awareness to virtual reality and augmented reality. So the V stands for virtual and the A stands for augmented reality. So our goal is to help bring the community together by putting on events, by finding out how we can help other businesses, collaborating with them from a VR, AR collaboration standpoint. And yeah, there's several different chapters. And we have a chapter out here in South Florida. So if any of you are interested in potentially finding out more information and becoming a member and hearing about more of these events, like the events that we put on with Mia, don't hesitate to send me a message.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the introduction. And why we are doing this workshop today and why this is super timely and super important. So according to the World Economic Forum, more than 1 billion jobs are likely to be transformed by technology. Whether your industry or whether your department that you are working in inside the organizations, whether you are in finance, marketing, HR, sales, whatever that is, so technology will impact your career. So this is congratulations to you all who are here with us today and really wanting to learn about these new technologies that are emerging. Because like if you, and we always talk about the women, but anybody here, if we understand how to use technology to advance our careers, rather than be afraid of the technology, we can make such a huge and better impact together. So super timely, and there's big things coming in the emerging tech field. A little bit why we do what we do. So we are building the skills of tomorrow today. So the impact happens here and now. So again, congratulations for being here with us today. And the new world really needs new skills and new way of learning, growing, and hiring. So it's all about continuous learning. The technical skills are nowadays so fast outpaces. So we need to really continuously learn and teach ourselves as individuals, but then also organizations need to focus on new hiring systems, and they need to understand new ways of hiring on these future skill bases. So the global tech talent shortage could reach more than 85 million people by 2030. So there's a huge need for new skills and new jobs that will be created. And as I said before, 1 billion jobs are likely to be transformed by these new technologies. So a little bit data here. So what we do education. We are bridging the gap with education and employment in emerging technologies. Last year, we went around 34 different industry events around the world because we really want to understand what different industries, countries, companies are doing in this field. We actually arrived last night from Dubai, so we were there. We were lucky to be at the Forbes 3050 Summit in Abu Dhabi with iconic leaders of our time, such as Hillary Clinton. And one takeaway from there is like our time is now. All as women, as underrepresented communities, as everybody who is willing to learn and continuously learn and adapt to these new technologies. So there's great opportunities out there. Also, earlier this year in January, we had the honor to be at the World Economic Forum Week in a few panels at Davos. And the main theme in World Economic Forum Global Agenda of 2023 was actually the future of work and skill-based hiring. So on a global level, global scale, wherever we go, these are the mega trends. These are the topics of today. So now this is super excited to really dig into today's theme. So we're going to talk about the impact of the metaverse and the global economy and the industries that will be affected by the metaverse. What are the jobs of the future in the metaverse? What are the technical skills in the metaverse? But also said before, like it's not only about these technical skills, human skills and all the other skills will be super important in these new technologies. So also we're talking about the human skills and how can we educate ourselves and training into these future jobs, and what are the challenges and opportunities arising. After this, we will open to a Q&A and really have a nice conversation with you. And nobody is an expert here. As I said, this is all about continuous learning, and this is all about being hungry to adapt this new information and then learn and having these discussions together. So thank you for having us, and let's go.
I saw Anna jumping in. So Anna, welcome. So excited that you were able to log in. Would you like to do a little introduction?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, ladies and Miami-Dade College for bringing us together and sharing on such an important topic. My name is Anna Gandrabura. I'm the founder and in education technology, and I'm also a community builder. I am together with Tangi. We are leading the VR Association in South Florida. I'm also a community builder in Miami, building the Chain Miami. These two organizations I would like to talk about today. And also I would like to talk about today how to advance, how to learn new skills, and how to prepare yourself for new careers with the help of community. And yeah, so excited to share what I have today and to hear you all ladies too.
Thank you, Anna. So great to have you here with us.
Thank you. Very exciting time. And I think, Anna, we were here last October that we had the Metaverse series. So it's great to be back. Thank you again. And my name is Tarja Stephens, like we were introduced. I've been here in Miami quite some time. I was an international student when I came from Finland first time. Absolutely has been honored to have my career here and learn and really build a community. And I think, like Janna mentioned, 2 years ago, we really realized the potential that they can be for emerging tech scene. I left corporate career of 12 years during COVID, was this career woman who really wanted to see what else there is. So I would say I'm one of these absolutely case study myself of now transferring how I can use my knowledge. What are my skills that could be now used in these emerging tech? And what are the leadership skills, human skills, technical skills that I want to still learn? So with that said, when we mentioned with Janna, we have made incredible initiatives around these things, and many are self-taught, because we don't find this latest knowledge yet. It's peer-to-peer, it's a case studies, quite a lot, but we see that there's amazing global economy that it's growing now. And these are just the one, I think many of us have seen many reports. This is just one of them, that the market size are anticipated to be over 1.6 trillion. So with the 2030, there is a 13 trillion, it's been billions. But what we see, it's going up in any one of these, not to even mention the AI, which I'm sure all of us have heard, ChatGPT, how they are integrated into these new technologies. And like Janna mentioned, the biggest thing, kind of our message and talking to talent and employees and founders, freelancers, is that this will affect in every industry. So it's not just a specific of you need to know technical skills, but rather how we can really utilize the productivity of these new technologies, such as how is the metaverse going to evolve. We have been very much of talking companies who are now onboarding new employees within using the metaverse technology. They are having onboarding sessions in a VR, AR settings, and that's just to name a few. So what we see is there is a disrupting of current industries, but also new emerging industries are evolving. And there's a great quote that one of the founders mentioned during Davos is that the next 10 years, the evolvement of the technology is equivalent to 100 years. So it's this exponential growth that it's happening now that I think we all have witnessed, and it can be scary as well. I am one of the first ones is that as a mom of 2 teenagers, what is the right way to introduce these technologies, how we can really, like Janna said, use them rather than technology is scary when it goes beyond our understanding. So our job is more of opening conversations and really sharing the knowledge, what we have heard and seen. What we do know is that the talent is so needed. There is a current jobs that will be disrupted, but absolutely new ones that we don't even know yet will be evolving. So what are the jobs? One of the case studies that was done by McKinsey, I believe, that 80% of the employees, they want to develop new skills. And these are one of the companies also that there is a new training programs, how we can really evolve when you're in a college or in a university, how can we really be hungry for learning and seeing these new ways? So it's a unified voice of let's find out how we can use these within our studies that we have done. And I think, Janna, you can talk a little bit of this. In Davos, they were mentioning about which surprised us a lot. I think it was at one of the Deloitte's houses that they had a speaking engagement, and they mentioned how the technology is evolving so fast-paced now. So no longer that the same technology that we might have learned now, it's the same in 10 years from now. So this was kind of an opener for the 97 million jobs that there was an article about.
Yes, for sure. And like as Tarja said, with the pace of like technical skills can become outdated every 2.5 years. So there is a definite need for continuous learning. And this is what we are here providing globally as well. But then we need to educate companies as well. How are they able to find this new and emerging talent? Because like new skills are needed all the time. So companies should be educated and focusing more on hiring based on skills rather than based on can it be the traditional degrees or other components? And how can we make these future jobs accessible for the emerging talent? Because now everybody, we are here on the same level, same page, because these new skills are emerging all the time. So if we start to study today and understand these technologies, we can get that position that could be an executive level position in a way that somebody's been doing for 10 years because the information is so fast at the moment. So it's just like this is an encouragement for continuous learning and being out there all the time, and really to educate these companies to understand that they should hire based on skills rather than traditional methods.
So these ones, and I know Tanji, you will be coming up now, but wanted to kind of jump into this overall of what are the sample jobs. And many times, like Janna mentioned, every single job can be transformed. What are the things? But we also see the new ones coming. So these were just a list of what we have seen and heard. And let's say you might have heard Chief Metaverse Officer, that is a new job as well, that it's coming. And when we ask the companies, how do you define it? Right now, it's so new. So what are the requirements of this kind of description? So there's a lot of community conversation with the HRs, but these are just examples of what could be the new job titles and new things that the metaverse is evolving. And with that, the technical skills and the human skills that we have, so many of us have already. So with that said, I think we can
quickly add and just
yes.
Overall to be open, like what are my current skills? How could I transfer my current skills into these future jobs and emerging positions? So just transfer your skills as well, digital and with technology. So
we are excited of that. But with that said, there is.
Can I just jump in?
Yes,
and
please.
if you guys want to go back to the previous slide, I just wanted to mention I just wanted to say something that I believe is really important for someone who is not in the metaverse, and maybe for someone who is not in the tech industry yet. Looking at the list of jobs that are technical and that have jobs that have a lot of unknown words, probably like architect, for example. What does a metaverse architect do? That might be a challenge. And also that might scare you away. I don't want our audience and anyone watching this in the recording, I don't want you to freak out, because to be honest, when we talk about new emerging jobs, we have to remember that some jobs, we will be creating them, right? So it's not only because somebody else is telling us okay, so this is the metaverse architect, you have to learn what it is, and you might potentially be interested. But the thing is that we are building this new world, right? We are building the new world of jobs, and we have to be open-minded, and also we have to be ready that we are the ones creating new jobs. And sometimes we don't even think that, okay, this job is possible in this area, but it is possible because we don't know how the future is going to unfold for us. And the same for the metaverse, the Web3 world. We don't know what other jobs will be relevant in this area, like, I mean, in this industry. That is why I believe that people who are ready for future of work, for to start doing jobs that nobody else did before, these are people who are really adventurous, who are curious and who are ready to accept the fact that, okay, I'm here in this new industry and I'm here to create a new job, and I'm here to create a new position, and I'm going to take this new position technically. And another thing about the jobs that I think is really, really motivating, at least for me, I'm a non-technical founder, right? I don't have a technical background, but for example, 10 years ago, I was so not happy being non-technical founder, because it was kind of like more valuable for you to be, if you work in the tech industry, or if you want to work in the tech industry, it was cooler to be a technical person, like to be a founder with a technical background, or at least to have any technical background. To be honest, so I come from a linguistic background. My major is the English language and literature. So I started my career as an English teacher. However, I did teach myself how to code a little bit, just to understand what it's like. So if you are, let's say, a non-technical person, it doesn't matter, you can still learn. And I self-taught I was a self-taught coder, but now the world is changing, and to have those business skills, and like Janna said, to have human skills is as important as to have technical skills, and at times it's even more important. And I believe that the future, the world of the metaverse and Web3, this new emerging technology, this world requires a more soft skills, more human skills. That is why don't be scared by all the technical jobs that potentially are emerging in future, right? Because you will also need this human skills, business skills, soft skills. This is something also to consider. And like I said, the silver lining of this is that you might be the one creating the new job based on the problem that you're ready to solve with this new emerging tech.
And I just want to dovetail real quick. I love your message. Soft skills matter. And I just want to wave a little carrot here. McKinsey research forecasts that by 2030, the metaverse, just like you could say the finance industry, right, the health industry, the metaverse industry by 2030 will be worth $250 billion. So this is exciting. I just got this.
This is so true. This is so true. I love the stats, Max. And another thing that really surprised me when I was looking up the emerging jobs for the future, and one of the jobs was Chief Productivity Officer. Well, Chief Productivity Officer. So it's all about soft skills, right? This person the main job is to make sure the team is productive, to make sure the company is productive. It has nothing to do with coding. I don't think so, right? So Chief Productivity Officer, just making sure people are productive and doing pulling their weight.
All right. And on that note, productive, I am monitoring the chat room for your questions.
Great. Thank you, Anna, thank you for jumping in, both of you. And Anna, this is your part, but the human skills, those are the evergreen skills. You will need them in whenever and always. And the most important part of everything, because as said, the technical skills are outdated every 2.5 years. Human skills never. So this is a base of what we want to teach and say as well. So super important message. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. And yeah, let's go, Anna. Yes. Stage is yours.
I think Tanji, and these are just to kind of and we should come back on I know Max mentioned well, what are the certificate programs? What kind of education, if I really want to now jump in and learn something on my own, or I want to specialize? So these are just, we don't associate any way of any of these, but wanted to share that, for example, just to go online and you can go and look for different courses. But there's also, for example, in Switzerland, there's a Metaverse Academy already that has been established. There's already in Paris, College de Paris is having Metaverse College. So we are also learning all these new ways of training programs coming, and if you want to specialize, so we're happy to connect with you, and we have a list of different programs. Again, we have not taken them, but we are eyes and ears of seeing how they have evolved. So perfect. That's it. And Angie.
Hello, everyone. Thank you once again. My name is Tangi Frederick, and it's a pleasure to be here. And I want to dovetail off the back of the previous presentation, because it speaks a lot about why I got into the industry. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about why I got into the industry and talk a little bit about the industry itself and how I think you as an audience and as individuals may be able to implement some of the things that we're sharing as takeaways so that you can either use it or share it with others to help build a community. So during the beginning of the presentation, I had the pleasure to tell you about what VR/AR is. And the main reason why I joined this association and I wanted to be a part of it and be a co-president is because I wanted to learn more about virtual reality and augmented reality from a global standpoint so that I can have an impact within my community, right? So I tend to look at things globally and say, okay, this is what's happening globally. These are the shifts that are happening globally. Now, how can I implement that within my community? And how can I implement that within my life? So that's why I became a member and the co-president of VR/AR Association out here in South Florida. And I'll tell you a little bit about why I started Regal Unicorn. I'll tell you a little bit about Regal Unicorn, actually, and then we'll get into why I started it. Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, so basically what we do here at Regal Unicorn Software Academy, we teach individuals how to develop immersive technology as well as XR technology, right? So we teach them how to develop it from a technical standpoint, how to manage it from a more management and I would say from a human standpoint. And actually we help these individuals produce and develop projects so that they can land their first job in XR and also in immersive technology. And kind of go back to what we learned in the beginning of this presentation, one main reason why I found it to be extremely important to start this academy is to have real projects that individuals can work on. And they can work on it from a development standpoint as project managers, marketers. So there's basically companies come to us and they explain to us, hey, this is something that we want developed in XR. Now, what is XR? Let me take 2 steps back and explain what XR is. So XR is just a fancy word of saying virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. So when you hear someone say XR, you know, XR encompasses all of that plus immersive tech. So I may use that a lot instead of saying AR, VR. So basically companies, they come to us and they say, hey, this is what we want developed, we develop it. And what that helps individuals do, it helps them build their resume so that they can then say, I worked on a real project within the metaverse or a real project that's related to XR. And I actually have the skills. So if you look at this picture, that's actually my team. I work with a very diverse team. It doesn't matter what skill set they're at, what ethnicity, background, you know, we all come together because we all have things to learn and we all could learn from different individuals, right? So can you go to the next slide, please? So this talks a little bit about the 3 pillars, right? And this is something that this is why I'm so happy to be here talking today, because when we think of pillars, we think of it as content, that means product that's being developed, curriculum, because it's all about teaching. Like as everyone knows, what we just spoke about is teaching things and learning things from a safe environment, right? So what MIA has developed is a safe environment for individuals to learn without feeling like, you know, oh, I don't know this, I don't understand this. This is they created a very safe environment. And I think that's really important, right? So basically what we do is we help put together the curriculum, right, from a technical standpoint and from a non-technical standpoint that is within a safe environment, so that individuals that are learning about new technologies or technologies that are up and coming, they can learn it using actual curriculum that we put together, and that's being customized. Because as you learned, technology is always being changed, right? Technology is growing very rapidly. So it's important to take a non-traditional learning approach, right? And to learn based off a curriculum that is being developed on the fly, sort of say. And then the most important thing is community, right? Building a community of individuals that, and I'm gonna kind of go into the next slide. Can you go into the next slide, please? So building a community where there's individuals that have different skill sets and different backgrounds and so forth. So this, if you look at the slide, it says learning and creating jobs in immersive technology from a holistic standpoint. So from a holistic standpoint, myself, I'm a developer, but I love people and I love creating, right? So whenever I look at something from a development standpoint, I'm thinking of the UI. What is UI? That's user interface. That's the way it looks, right? I'm thinking about the UX. What is UX? That's the user experience. That's the way the individuals, the users, right? Because this technology is for people to use. It's not for robots to use and get the best things out of it. It's for us as humans to use, right? So we're looking at the UX, which I explained, which is user experience, right? And my team is looking at it from that standpoint as well. But you have to keep in mind, it's not only about developing, it's about bringing this product to the marketplace. So as a developer, that's not my strength, right? So I need someone on my team that can say, hey, Tangi, look at it from a marketing standpoint or advertising standpoint. You know, you want to communicate not only with companies, you're communicating with individuals. Because if you think of development, it's zeros and ones, but who's creating those zeros and ones? Humans, right? So it's about having that human connection. So then we also need sales, right? We need people to say, okay, yes, this is something that we want to use. How can we sell it? Now, selling, you know, I don't really like that word. I would like to say finding the people who this resonates with, right? So you have those people who want to look for the individuals, the end consumer that this could actually resonate with. And then you have the project managers, the people who need to put it together, right? And there's so much more. But the reason why I wanted to really spend a little bit of time on this slide is you can actually think of things that you're doing right now in your current job. And like, remember what Anna was showing, what Anna spoke about in the slides where I had the different skill sets. Just slap a name on top of it. If you're a project manager, you could call it Metaverse manager, right? If you're marketing and advertising, you could call it a Metaverse marketing advertising expert, right? So just put the Metaverse word or immersive in front of it and realize that it's this is an industry that's growing. So it's very forgiving right now, right? And I want to kind of say it's the Wild Wild West. No one really knows what's going on. So now is the time for you to innovate and find out what careers you're already a part of, and then you can actually take that career and you can actually kind of, I would say, plug it into the whole metaverse world, right? So yeah, I don't know if I have do I have another slide? I think that's it. Oh yeah, that's it.
Tangi, real quick, I love everything you just said. I'm thinking of this term used a lot, transferable skills.
Yes, transferable skills. And those are really important. So some transferable skills. Now I'll talk tech and I'll talk non-tech because I kind of look at things from a holistic standpoint. So from a non-technical standpoint, you know, it's how you communicate with individuals on a team. You're always going to have to communicate with individuals, right? No matter what you do in the metaverse, you're going to have to communicate with individuals, and communicating with individuals, no matter what age, ethnicity, and background they are. Because in the metaverse, you really don't know how someone is or how someone looks or what disabilities they have, right? So those are some skills that can actually transfer from your current job, because I'm sure that's what a lot of you are already doing, into the metaverse. And from a technical standpoint, just understanding like the very basic technical things that you would want to know, right? So like Anna spoke about her being a self-taught programmer. I also started as a self-taught programmer. Then I went to school, then I went to boot camps, then I started developing more. But even if you want to understand something from a very basic standpoint, and that's a lot of times what I love doing. I love taking something that's really complicated, right? And making it really, really simple, because it really doesn't have to be complicated. Right. So those are some things that you can use.
You're a fantastic problem solver then, Tangi. Yeah, if you'd like to break down the difficult stuff. I would just like to jump in here. Yeah, transferable skills. These are pretty much all human skills, right? All soft skills, human skills. You can technically develop these skills, and then regardless of the job you decide to do next, you will take these skills with you. So like if you're today a software engineer and tomorrow you decide to be a project manager, a product manager, or a community manager, you can still take your skills, your human skills, your soft skills with you and transfer these skills to a new role. That's how important all these human skills are on top of your tech skills. Totally with you.
Awesome. Well, I'm done. I'll pass it on to you, Anna.
Yeah. All right. Let me just jump in here. Yeah. So once again, I'm Anna Gandrabura, and I am the founder of an education technology company. What we actually do, we actually help people improve their soft skills. That is why I'm so happy we are actually talking about this, because honestly, I feel like this is something that a lot of people don't understand the importance of, and I'm super happy we have aligned with you here on this topic, right? So what I do, I work with companies and with individuals, and we help company staff and individuals improve their communication skills, soft skills, human skills. So technically, in the majority of cases, we work with the tech companies, with the tech professionals, with the tech world. So we help them become better professionals by enhancing their human skills, because they're already so good at tech skills, right? And like we said, when we talk about the metaverse, so this is I'm originally from Ukraine, and I came to Miami actually 2 years ago because I had this idea to build the metaverse for learning soft skills, for learning social skills, I call it, right? The metaverse for learning social skills. And you know, back then, when I was in my hometown, I didn't have the community to join to at least like start building in the metaverse or start learning about the metaverse, because I was like many people probably here watching this, I didn't know much about the metaverse and what it actually was and how to go about it. So that is why I decided that I need to be in a place where I can be surrounded by like-minded people who have similar interests. And on my map, actually, Miami was one of these places because Miami emerged as the crypto capital, as the tech capital in the United States, and just generally the city is so friendly and welcoming. You know, it was super, super nice to actually move and start a new life in Miami. And that's something that I would like to highlight. Whenever you want to learn something new, it is important to surround yourself with like-minded people. It's important to be to find this group, to find your tribe, so that you can grow and learn together. And as we have already mentioned today, if you want to learn more about the metaverse and Web3, you know, new emerging tech, it's the easiest way for you to wrap your head around it, just like, make your first steps is to find the community, to find this group of like-minded people. And actually, this is these new tendency about this new tech communities, right? Like Tangi has their own community, Tarja and Janna, they're building their own community. I am also building my community because when you are together with other people, it's easier for you to learn something new, to, I don't know, learn from each other, to help and support each other. And this is what this new tech is about, the metaverse, Web3, it's about the community. So my recommendation right away, if you want to learn more about Web3, about the metaverse, if you want to get a new career, learn, about the new space, find your tribe, find your community. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, and this is Tangi already talked about VR AR Association. I just want to add a little bit more to it. That, for example, if you're interested in VR, AR technology, XR technology, right? It will be great to join a community where you can talk to companies who are already building, because VR AR Association, it's a group of companies and a group of individuals as well, and also a group of colleges and schools. So I don't know, Max, if Miami-Dade College is part of VR AR Association, but they do have membership for colleges and for schools to, get access to their resources, to get the staff and students access to their resources. So maybe this is something to consider for future. And if you're a student, you can also join association, and you can directly talk to companies they're building. So this is like, I don't know, a doorway to a new career if you are starting in this space. This is an opportunity to learn, because there are free educational events on the weekly basis, actually, and conferences, and well, they have tons of like activities. So this is like an opportunity to actually meet people from the industry who are already building there, who are seasoned professionals in the industry, as long as connect with someone just like you, if you're a newbie, if you're a beginner. So like there is a website, I put the website over there, and on the website you can find more information about what exactly the AR Association does and how they can help you technically as an individual. Another community that I'm building in Miami, this is a Miami local community, it's called the Chain Miami. We are a Web3 insider guide, so for events in Web3. So what we do, we technically help people to learn about Web3 events that are happening in Miami, all locally. And we also have our own signature event. This is a Web3 dinner club that happens every Tuesday, every first Tuesday of the month. So the goal of such gatherings is to bring people together, so that, again, people can learn from each other. People can, immerse themselves in this new tech with the help of other people, technically, right? So, for example, if you join an event and you know nothing about Web3, nothing about the metaverse, there is going to be a person who's already building in the metaverse, who already knows things about the metaverse. And for you, this is the easiest way to kind of understand what it's all about. And what I've noticed from our, events that we throw as part of the Chain Miami is that what kind of people usually join. Yeah, so we always have people who are, like I said, seasoned professionals, and people who are newbies. And what I've noticed that, for example, we have a lot of people who come from marketing and PR background. And I believe that the metaverse space and the Web3 space is really, really welcoming for such jobs, because we talked about this probably last summer when we had an event at Miami-Dade College about the metaverse, and we talked about the branding in the metaverse, marketing in the metaverse. So if you are, if you have marketing background or PR background, I would highly recommend learning more about the metaverse and how you can add value being a marketing specialist in the metaverse, or marketing, doing marketing for the metaverse and the Web3 world, as well as PR. So another thing, I would say, again, non-technical job that is a very popular in the metaverse industry in Web3 is content creation and content management, and also community management. So you see, these jobs, they all require just human skills, you know, and like soft skills. So content creation is going to be the next big thing for the metaverse, because we have so much content now, like, you know, on social media. But when we talk about the metaverse, when we talk about VR, there is no content in VR now, because it's like, it's really challenging now. So in the future, we'll have more and more content, we'll have more and more content creators. So this is something to consider as well. And of course, community management. Like I said, community is the primary thing now for this new emerging tech, for the metaverse and for Web3. And every Web3 metaverse company that is being built, they are building communities around their companies, around their projects, around their products. That is why, think of like what they potentially need in order to run these communities. They need community managers. There might be other jobs that are required to manage communities besides a community manager. So these are, you know, these are the trends to look at and to see how you can add value. So my recommendation, when you are considering a new job or you're considering a new path in your career, it's really important. So what I typically recommend, you know, people should do, sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and write down a list of your strengths, a list of the things that you love doing. And then of course, a list of things that you don't really like doing. And then you can prioritize, like, okay, this is I can do best. This is like, you know, this is my top 5, and this is what I love doing. Like, this is my top 5 of what I can do, top 5 what I love doing, top 5 what I don't love doing, you know. And then you can technically, you will have a list of keywords that you can then compare with job descriptions. You know, when you read about these new jobs, they will have like a job descriptions, and you will see these keywords that you also highlighted on the piece of paper doing this exercise. Yeah, so I think this is it, that I wanted to share. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will let Tarja and Janna take it from me.
And
or Max.
Yeah, hi. Great presentation. Thank you. Quick question for you. Regardless of industry, finance, business, digital marketing, etc., all these industries today represent, or there are companies that represent certifications. So what's a popular, a credible certification that someone could obtain online, maybe in a few weeks, that they could add to their resume to show, hey, you know, I'm putting some skin in the game and investing my time educating myself, in addition to, you know, accounting or whatever that I'm doing. Here's my certification recognized by the metaverse industry. What would that look like? Who would that be?
That is a really good question. I would say that this is like, you're jumping ahead of time, Max, to be honest, a little bit. But I believe that there are some courses. I don't think there are a lot of courses on Coursera. If we talk about a credible, you know, platforms, I believe that Tarja might know more about this.
Yeah, thank you. A great question. And there was that one slide that we have a list of training programs that will provide completion of the course certificate. And those are already, when you go and you talk to the employers, it is already incredibly great step to show that you're aware of. It's one of these 101s. And then if you want to deep dive into, like we said, in Paris, the entire college is already dedicating its own unit for the College of Metaverse. So these are all the way from the Coursera, Udemy, on self-paced, And then also the community part, which is then case studies that you can be part of projects if you want. Those are emerging, and then all the way to coming. So it's emerging, but there is, and those are, I think we should be all running a list of incredible certificate programs that we are now emerging. But like Anna said, it is so new still.
And I would just like to add to Tarja's answer here is that, like she said, it's not only about the certification that you want to show on your resume, it's the project that you've been involved with, and also the community that you're part of. So, for example, in such industry as the metaverse, if you just put on your resume that you're part of, I don't know, Mission Impact Miami, or you're part of the chain Miami, people in the industry, they will know about these organizations, they will know about these communities, especially if the communities are big, or if you contributed to one of the projects on Discord, for example, you can also include the Discord link, and that would also be credible. I want you guys to remember that we are living in a very, very futuristic world now, and accredited certificates might not be as important in some cases as they are in the others, like as we used to. And like I said, a link to your Discord community might be more valuable than a certificate that you got in Coursera completing the course.
Love it. Thank you.
Exactly. And we are opening to that, so don't be shy to put on your different involvement in different communities or different events or different skills that you have self-studied as well, because based on our research and the feedback that we have got, so these forward-looking companies are really paying attention to these. So even though you wouldn't be like, I don't know if I want to put this or mention about it, please do mention about all of these different skills and the activities, because that shows that you have been proactive in the space, and the companies are really looking into that at the moment. We hear incredible stories from change makers and some of our women around the world that this has actually affected their careers already. Just a little knowledge or a little skill, it's so much more.
And we may want to say, we just received a call last week from one of our 23-year-old who was helping us building content, and she had put it on LinkedIn that she was part of us, and this was in Norway, and there were 700 applications for a bank to have an 8-week internship. And out of those 700 applications, 6 were selected, and she was one of them. And this bank had asked, what do you know about Metaverse? You had it on your LinkedIn profile. So I think what Janna said is, and she was very transparent. It's new, I really don't know, but very interested. And they wanted her to come to do the summer intern. So I think this was a beautiful story that we got from one of our interns, in a sense, who helped us and was part of it. So I think, Anna, and thank you. Those are great points. And Max, do you have any great questions that we have been now holding? I think we have about 10 minutes, so we'd love to open the stage. And please, if you have any or comments, please unmute, or however, Max, if you can ask those questions.
Great. No, first of all, amazing, the energy, right? The opportunities. Can you please share with us details about our part 2, April 5th event?
Absolutely. So this is a part 1. Part 2, April 5th, we would invite all of you to come in person for networking event here, this place in a couple of weeks. We really want to focus on also women. Everybody's welcome. But as Mia is very advancing women's careers in emerging technologies, we are bringing in women of the future. We co-published a book last year of 100 women around the world who are building Web3 and Metaverse. Many of those women featured on the book are here based in Miami, and they will be our guest speakers. So we are inviting them over here as well. So we would love to have a networking event. Anna will be here in person. Tangi will be here coming, and we have some other associations coming as well. So we will have a roundtables. We have a workshop, and really wanting to see the journeys of these women as well, who have many transitioned into a new jobs. It doesn't matter what age it is. We are all here new. So they are coming. And Anna, I think you had some associations that were joining as well. And thank you.
Yes, yes, we will be bringing VR Association as well, just learning, telling more about it. And also, I think Tengi will be showing the XR immersive experience with Tengi. You should tell us more about this. What to expect from you as a VR AR enthusiast and professional?
Yeah, definitely. So what we're planning to do is bring the HoloLens. So the HoloLens is something that Microsoft has developed. It's a head device that Microsoft developed. So we're looking at doing some demos with that. And I'm also going to reach out to some other organizations to see if I'm able to get some other headsets to actually have you guys demo.
So 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. we will be here in person, and we would invite all of you. Please tell your friends and your colleagues to join and have an open conversation. So,
and I just want to highlight from a global perspective, like we are so lucky to be in Miami. All eyes and ears wherever we go. It's like, oh, you're in Miami, and that's what captures their interest, because everything is happening, or quite a lot of these things are happening here. So we're super excited to meet all of these pioneering women, men, and builders of the space in person. So super excited about this.
Another
This is
question.
so true. This is so true. Miami is the perfect place now. Let's keep it this way, and let's build more to it, right? I mean, we have to keep the momentum going, and even like, you know, more than we had before in this past 2-3 years.
Exactly. And sometimes you're too close to it to even realize it, but
we come from Finland,
yeah,
and everybody's very excited and learning about Miami. So,
All right, so this might be another one of those, Max, you're getting ahead of yourself, but I've had my third cup of coffee. Thank you. Sponsored by Krispy Kreme. So here's my next question. On April 5th, people are going to come to meet you, meet your partners, learn more, good old networking. I always tell everyone, if you're not networking, you're not working. But you know of any companies right now in the metaverse who are hiring?
yes, this is a great question. Absolutely, there is a local companies and global companies who are looking, and I think that is our passion, is to finding a ways how we can bridge the gap of I think the companies, when we meet them last year, for example, these 30 events, and they said, there's no talent, we cannot find it. And at the same time, we are thinking like, how is that possible? We have met thousands and thousands of women, men, young ones who are spearheading new initiatives on their own time. But many times what we realize is that the bridge is the hiring practices, that they have put things in that AI is not even able to provide the opportunity to come to the interviews. So we would love to invite companies as well, and Miami has incredible initiatives here. So this is a day one. I think we should invite everybody here on April 5th and meet and really learn together.
It looks like there's a question from Carlos. Carlos, are you there? I see your hand up. So it looks like he has
yeah, Carlos just dropped his question in the chat.
Yeah, so what role? Okay, so I can answer part of this and maybe the ladies can continue. So there's actually some curriculum that we started to create on our website that actually helps. So let me backtrack real quick. We did a partnership with Microsoft, and we developed some curriculum for immersive technology, and actually to teach instructors and teachers and nonprofits how they can implement some metaverse ideas within their classes and curriculum. So if you go to regalunicorn.com and you go at the top, you'll see something that says curriculum, but you can also, Unity also has some great courses as well that you can use and implement. You can use spatial. So those are just a few that actually come to mind.
Yeah, just to add to that, I think we're all here with one mission: to educate people and to help people learn more about the tech. So Tengin on her end, myself on my end, and Tarja and Janna, we're here to help educate. So if there is like an educational component or a community component, we can help with that.
All right, so I'm going to pick on someone right now. We have live people in the audience. I can't believe No one has asked a question from our live audience. Someone step up to the microphone. Come on. Last couple of minutes. Any questions?
Yes.
Live in-person audience? There we go.
Here you go.
Hi.
And who are you? Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Valentina Better, and my question is, how do you keep yourself motivated when you're first in the learning process, besides a like-minded support group? Like, how do you keep going when you're like, this is so new, I don't know what to do, is it really worth it? How do you do that?
That's if I may start, that's the community. That's the community, because you have to have your accountability buddies with you. You know, if you're by yourself, you're gonna lose this motivation. Most people lose it sooner rather than later, which is like, you know, this is the human nature, lack of discipline and things like that. But if you can have your accountability buddy with you, like if there is like me and Tarja and Tarja and Janna, and you'll be like, okay, they can do it, why can't I do it? You know, there's like this healthy competition that is like technically helping you progress and move forward. And I think that's why we go to school, right? Because the school is a class of people, a group of people, and we can actually study like for 10 years, 12 years, 7 years, depends, right? And the same with when you want to learn something new, find that tribe so that other people can you know, take you accountable for what you started.
So I have a quick question. I wanted to ask her, what is she passionate about? Before I answered that, I wanted to know, what's your passion? What are you passionate about?
In anything, because there's many, I would say
Anything, hobbies, anything.
say like in between art, entertainment, and then business goes into it, because everything's connected. So
Okay. So the first thing you mentioned was arts and entertainment, which kind of fall within the same category, right? So when you think about doing either art or entertainment, you know, that's what you're passionate about. That's what drives you, right? Is that something that you wake up, you know, every other day or every day, like, oh, what can I create? Or sometimes?
it's more of, yes, sometimes.
Sometimes.
For me, how I see it, I'm a business major and I want to go into marketing. Marketing is a form of art because you have to present it to your demographic. So it's just about using my ideas. I just overthink too much, so I try to keep it in an order so I can see new ideas.
Got you. So it sounds like you're really passionate about taking an idea and creating something from that idea.
Yes.
Right? That's what it sounds like. So I would say something that would drive you on top of having that community is finding individuals that may have an idea, and you can go to them and say, hey, what's your idea? And you can collaborate with them, because for you love, you know, you love taking an idea and making it into reality. Someone else may love coming up with ideas. So, right. So finding that partnership, and it may not be, you know, something that you do every day, but you can say, hey, if there's a friend and you know they're really good at what they do with coming up with ideas or creating ideas, you know, I would say go for it. And that, you know, sometimes in life, right, and just in general, and whatever you do, your passion's going to go up and down, because we're all human, right? But from what I understand, your passion is, you know, what drives you is entertainment. So taking that and using that and finding someone else and to find the community, and together, I think, you know, you'll continue to be passionate about what you do, but your passion may change, and it's okay, right? Because this is the metaverse. We're all figuring things out. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think that was a great point, because it's all about partnership. Like, you have this passion, I have this passion. How can we bring our passions together and our skills together? We are not here building anything alone. It's all about collaboration and co-creation. So it's great that we can put our passions together, and you thrive on your department. I do my part of it. and look what we can create together. So, and like we would like that, it's definitely the community and the people inside the space who keeps us motivated day after day to keep doing our jobs, and these incredible stories we hear and are able to witness. So,
and I must add, that's how we met. Janna and I met 2 years ago by I was here in Miami, Janna was in Europe by voice, by one of these rooms that we were. So our passion connected, and we're like, oh my goodness, should we build something together? So it is doable. We found this way. You come on, yes, we can.
Hello, how are you? I would like to know, because I come from a completely different background in real estate, how can I immediately jump in and be hands-on and monetize this advice and jump into a career? What would you give me as like the very first step? And how can I kind of build my resume in order to be likable to employers in the metaverse?
So what aspect of real estate?
I have been in sales, and I'm an executive assistant for the last 8 years.
And is that what you enjoy?
I enjoy it, but I do have a knack for technology. It's always been kind of something that I've been very interested in, but don't know how to be a part of it. And I want to be a part of this world so badly.
What aspect of technology do you love?
The inclusivity.
Got you. So it sounds like, and anyone could jump in at any point, but it sounds like you love community, right? And you like the technology, but you also love bringing communities together. So this is just an idea, right? I'm just spinning this out. You love real estate, you love communities. Maybe you can create content, right, that talks about how, and it's you doing the research, right, and finding out, okay, how can I include real estate and community and bring it together? So maybe doing the research and saying, how can I implement real estate within the metaverse, and writing about that content, right? And actually sharing that with the community, with people who are in real estate, and talking about your journey from, being just in real estate and loving technology into growing into the metaverse. So writing, creating that content for community.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I love it. And like, I want to give one recommendation or suggestion here is also to look at the future of that industry. Like, how does the future cities look like? What are these different companies that are building the future cities? What are they doing? And they are actually using quite a lot of Web3 technologies to implement the community part inside of those new future cities that are being built. We have great examples. I would love to share some of you with you afterwards as well, because a future of cities is one topic that we have gone into, because the future of real estate is huge, and they use Web3 technologies in the implementation of an entire city. So great opportunities there.
I just want to jump in. I have to go, unfortunately. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for great questions, for having me. I have to jump off, and I'll see everyone on April 5th in person. Come say hi, and let's build the metaverse the way we want it. Bye,
amazing. Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. And I think we're over time. So thank you everyone who has stayed a little over time. So wonderful questions, and let's connect absolutely later. So Max, back to you.
Well, thank you everyone for coming. First of all, from our audience and at home, and please join us on April 5th. Mission Impact Ladies, awesome. Thank you again, and we'll see you on April 5th again. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.